Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a pleasant Wednesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed. It feels anything but pleasant outside with that dew point out there right now. And that's going to continue to be the case at least through the next 24 hours before we get a cold front heading our way. And that'll bring some briefly cooler weather as we head through Friday. Let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, though. And there's some of that mugginess that I'm talking about. 83 degrees with a little bit of sunshine out there. Partly cloudy right now at the current time. But that 83 feels like 86 with the heat index, and that's with a dew point of 68 degrees at this time. So it feels rather muggy out there. Winds are out of the south at 5 miles an hour. As far as temperatures across the region are concerned, we have some upper 70s up toward the north, and then Oneonta also at 72. Hamilton at 79. Camden is 85 right now, and Dallsville is at 81. Same thing down in Sherburne. So feeling warmer than that, though, because of the humidity. As far as the radar is concerned right now, you have to look off toward the north and west. We've got a storm that's moving through the northern portions of Herkimer County with some heavier rain just going to the north of Old Forge at this time. And then we've got some more scattered thunderstorms that are moving down the thruway that'll be with us over the next hour or two. And that's been, they've had a history of producing a lot of flash flooding toward the Rochester area. But you'll notice as they made their way past Syracuse, they have weakened a little bit. But don't be surprised if you get caught in some heavy downpours, some thunder and lightning as well. And as far as temperatures are concerned for tomorrow, upper 70s to the north, lower and middle 80s possible. Once again, in the Mohawk Valley, points to the south thanks to a southwesterly breeze that will be with us at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. And that humidity, that's not going anywhere either. It'll be in the upper 60s to around 74 tomorrow, so feeling rather humid again. It goes back down to around 60 to 65, maybe a little bit less than that as we head through Friday in terms of the muggy meter. So as far as futurecast goes, again, we'll see a few clouds and some fog overnight tonight with that dew point and that temperature being so close, especially if you have any moisture left over from today's rain. And then we'll have that round of thunderstorms moving through between about 12 and 7 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And the best threats from tomorrow's storms, there's a low tornado threat, but certainly not zero. But the greatest threats being wind, possibly some small hail, as well as some heavy rain leading to flash flooding. And then once we get beyond that, the attention shifts to the big heat that's heading our way next week, especially Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s, feeling warmer than that. And the temperatures, the extreme heat doesn't look to go anywhere anytime soon as we head through the next 8 to 14 days. But as far as tomorrow is concerned, it'll be rather warm, 86 degrees. And then as we head into the weekend, that's when the heat really ramps up, I should say. Not so much as we head through Friday. Friday's actually the worst day of, the first day of summer, I should say. But it is going to feel rather spring-like out there and with low humidity, but that changes as we head into next week, Thomas, definitely.
And Jordan, with all of the heat that we're expecting, we can also see a rise in heat-related illnesses. So it's really important that everyone is drinking plenty of water over the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Even if you're not feeling thirsty, hydrate, and apply that sunscreen as well.
All right. Thanks again, Jordan. Coming up next on Eyewitness News at 6.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a good Wednesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking one more humid day, at least for now. Friday is the first day of summer, and we'll see some cooler temperatures that day, but then summer really kicks into high gear over the weekend and next week with heat, humidity, as well as some hazy skies. Right now in downtown Utica, it is clear out there right now, but still very warm, 75 degrees, and that dew point is not far behind, 71, so that's actually making it feel like 75, but that dew point, again, not making it feel much cooler. It's making it feel more humid. And temperatures across the region right now are in the middle and upper 60s to the lower and middle 70s. Our cool spot right now, Old Forge, is still at 67, so it's not that cool out there right now. And we have, again, 75 in downtown Utica. Those dew points that I mentioned, that's a measure of how much moisture is in the air. Those are in the middle and upper 60s to the lower 70s. So not only does it feel humid because of the fact that the temperature and the dew point are so close, but there could also be some patchy fog during the overnight hours because of that close contrast. And there could also be some showers right now. We've got one lonely shower making its way through portions of Chenango and Otsego County. You might find some heavier downpours there. Well, off toward the west, we did have a lot of heavier rain around the Rochester area and even west of Syracuse around 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. So that's where we have a flood warning that's still in effect till 12:15 tomorrow morning, again, well to the west of our area. And if we do see any showers during the overnight hours, I don't think they will cause any flooding. They'll be isolated to scattered. We will be dealing with, again, a lot of clouds, mild temperatures, as well as that fog. And then as we head through the day tomorrow, we'll have a southwesterly wind that'll bump up the temperatures, the humidity as well, making it feel like the low 90s. And then we'll have that front make its way through between about 3 and about 8 p.m. So again, the southwesterly wind tomorrow will with temperatures into the lower and middle 80s, maybe upper 70s to the north. And then Friday is briefly cooler, but in terms of that dew point tomorrow, it's going to be similar to where it is right now in the humid category, around 65 to 70. And the greatest risks from tomorrow's storms being wind, hail, and flooding, and a low chance of a tornado as well, again, thanks to that cold front moving through. And then once we get beyond that, we'll be looking at a major heat risk heading our way Monday, Tuesday, and possibly into Wednesday as well. And then we could be looking at a moderate risk of excessive heat within the next 8 to 14 days, even beyond the 7-day forecast, which is looking pretty hot, especially tomorrow. And then as we go through Friday, briefly cooler. The summer solstice is at 10:42 p.m. Definitely feeling very summery over the weekend with some sun on Saturday. Some more thunderstorms heading our way on Sunday, and then record heat possible Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, with highs in the 80s and 90s, feeling possibly like 100 degrees with the humidity.
And I don't think anyone likes feeling that hot. So the really important thing with all this heat and humidity is going to be drinking plenty of water to avoid heat-related illnesses.
Yes, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate as much as you can.
All right, thank you, Jordan. I hope you're ready, Bill.
Your eyewitness weather forecast.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking humid conditions as we head through the overnight hours and through the day tomorrow. That will contribute, I should say, to the storm threat that we will have during the afternoon as a cold front moves through. Right now, we have a lot of clouds in downtown Utica. 72 degrees is the temperature as of the 11 o'clock hour, and that dew point is not only making it feel humid because it's at 70 degrees right now, but it's also could cause some fog because the dew point and the temperature are so close during the overnight hours, and the winds have also gone calm as well. It still feels like 72, but it feels obviously more humid than that. Temperatures up toward the north have actually come up a little bit right now. Boonville and Old Forge both at 69, and we have 72 in downtown Utica, 73 over in Syracuse at this time, 72 also in Camden. As I mentioned, those dew points are not far behind either. Those are in the upper 60s to the lower 70s right now. Both Utica and in Oneonta at 70 degrees, and it's 66 in Old Forge. So again, not only is it making it feel very humid, and it will continue to do that into the day tomorrow with the southwesterly wind, it's also contributing to some patchy fog that will be out there during the overnight hours. The radar is quiet for most of us. We do have one lonely shower that's made its way from Otsego County into Herkimer County, and then some areas of showers to the west of Syracuse that will slide through over the next 1-2 hours. But they're definitely not as intense as they were earlier this afternoon when we had a lot of flash flooding out near Rochester. Other than that, we'll see a lot of clouds, that patchy fog, humid conditions during the overnight hours, and then during the afternoon tomorrow, it'll stay humid with partly to mostly cloudy skies, and then that threat of storms coming through between about 3 and 8 p.m. with the passage of a cold front. Before that, temperatures will get into the middle and upper 70s to the lower and middle 80s, so kind of similar to where they were today, with that southwesterly breeze around 10 to 15 miles an hour, and that could be higher in any storms that develop. I'll tell you all about that in a second, but tomorrow the dew point, the muggy meter, will be again between 65 and 70, so not far from where it is right now. So in the humid category, once again, as we head into next week, it becomes quite muggy. The greatest threat from tomorrow's storms being wind, hail, and flooding, and can't rule out the possibility of an isolated tornado, something I'll be keeping an eye on for you here. And then as we head into next week, look at this. This is on Tuesday with the major to even extreme heat category, or heat risk, I should say. And then we should be seeing a moderate risk of heat even heading into late June, early July, beyond the 7-day forecast, which in itself does include a lot of heat. 86 for tomorrow, a little bit cooler as we head through Friday, which is the first day of summer, starting at 10:42 p.m. It definitely feels like summer over the weekend. We could have a storm as we go through Sunday. But then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, sunny, very hot, humid, feeling like around 100 degrees. So definitely stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. That's the best way to prevent yourself from suffering from any sort of heat-related illness. We really don't want to have anyone ending up in the hospital for that.
Yes, and definitely check on those with weaker immune systems, including children, the elderly, as well as your pets. Keep them safe as well.
All right. Thanks again, Jordan. You're watching Eyewitness News at 11.